I'm Juan, guitarist and vocals.
I'm Carlos, bass and vocals.
Matt, drums.
And what's your guys' genre?
It's like heavy metal.
It's a mix.
With like a splash of like sub-genre metals, like up thrash, black.
A little bit of everything, you could say.
What do you guys write about?
The ups and downs, that you face, and you just have to fight and never give up. As the older you get, life goes by faster and faster. So it's just the time's precious. The more you get older.
Yep.
Ain't that the truth?
And that's how we relate our music to life and stuff. Like, just with even though you go through dark moments in life, you could up it and get out of that shit.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I feel like that's something a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys consider your influences?
Death, Slayer, Deicide on my part, Morbid Angel kind of stuff.
Yeah, we originally we were into like more of like the classic metals, like the Godfather of metals, like freaking Black Sabbath, Judas Priest,
Metallica.
who else? Deep Purple, and then
Nice.
from there we just kind of like progressed, and we even like changed our name, because back then when we first started, our name was different. We were called the Heretics.
Yeah.
And then we progressed like years later. I think like I want to say like 4 or 5 years later, we called ourselves Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we progressed a lot and changed it.
Like a rebirth.
Yeah.
But yeah, our influences majorly consist of like now like like Death. Death is definitely a major influence.
I like Gojira a lot.
Gojira, in the more darker and faster bands.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any songs that kind of stand out to you, that mean more to you, or are just more fun to play in general?
From ours.
I like the newer stuff.
Yeah, the newer stuff is much more, to us, much more of a fun to play, just because of how we wrote them, and it's just a fresh take, I guess you could say, on what we've been doing and how far we've come.
Yeah, I love hearing musicians evolve. It's always crazy when I hear people like go from like classic rock or something like that, and then they end up becoming like a really heavy metal band like towards the end of it, like how the Beastie Boys were originally punk and they ended up becoming a hip-hop group.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should hear their punk album. It's pretty good.
Nice.
If you guys were stranded on a desert island or in the middle of the woods, who's eating who first?
Oh no.
Oh man. I mean,
I would sacrifice myself.
Yeah, probably.
Me being one, I would sacrifice myself, and y'all can eat me.
Very humble.
Or I would just mysteriously disappear, and y'all cannot eat me.
I've never heard anyone sacrifice themselves before.
Yeah.
Every time we ask that question, they're like, no, we're eating this guy.
Yeah.
I, Carlos, bass player, wouldn't like do that necessarily unless there's some sort of like infection going down and I'm like a flesh-eating monster of some kind.
Sure.
But other than that, I would probably just like find whatever protein I can and fibers in the land until that was all gone, and then like probably just swim myself out to the current until I just drown.
Good job trying though.
Yeah.
No, you guys can either answer individually or all together, but what celebrity would you fight?
Right?
You gotta go for the biggest guy. We're going for The Rock.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like no one would mess with you after that,
Pretty much.
I'd fight the Undertaker.
Whoa.
Even at 60, 60 something years old, the Undertaker
Oh, wait.
now? I don't think I can take him. Hell no.
Turn you into a pretzel, man.
Yeah, right.
I would probably fight Butterbean.
Butterbean, man.
Nice.
Get knocked the fuck out,
Get fucking knocked out.
That man was built to fight.
Yeah.
If you could make anything legal, what would you make legal and why?
Oh, mushrooms. Suicide.
That was so fast.
That's I've thought about it before. Spread the joy.
Yeah, because it helps with anxiety of birds.
Oh yeah, all kinds of ailments.
Yeah. We're going mushrooms. Yeah, we're going mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, they're starting the psilocybin testing, like microdosing for like different psychological treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
From personal experience,
Yeah.
it works. Yeah.
I get ads for that on Instagram sometimes. They'll be like, oh, you know, psilocybin, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna put me in jail.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I get the ketamine TikToks.
Yeah, I get ketamine ones too. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
Oh, now we're talking.
That's great.
So who would you guys say is the most overrated musician?
Oh, that's a good one. Overrated, huh?
That's a good one.
I used to think the Beatles were overrated, but then I started like, okay, they're actually really good. Never, AC/DC, I think, is a little bit overrated sometimes, but that's just my taste.
My man.
They're just not my taste. I can't really.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a.
I'm with you there.
You don't have to hate them. You just have to think like, wow, they're really overrated. Like they're way overhyped than they should be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I remember when people first started describing Ghost to me, or like I saw like the posters and flyers and stuff for Ghost. I was like, oh, this is like black metal probably. You know, like this looks sick. And no, it's ABBA.
The dark Epa.
it's Black Sabbath and ABBA have
Yeah.
had a fucking mistaken love child.
They charge a lot for their tickets to see them. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they put on a hell of a show. I mean, it's gotta be, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has to be for that much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What famous song is there out there that you wish you came up with first?
Damn.
Freaking.
That's a good one. Let's just say Master of Puppets because it blew up this year.
Go back in time. Hey guys, you're gonna love this riff.
Yeah, you're gonna love this.
Who are some of your guys' favorite underground bands that you guys have played with?
Bury Them Deep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're pretty good. I've heard them.
Yeah, we love those guys. Bodily Ruin, we played with them. In Los Angeles, we played with Pythagoras, Ikitomi. We've been around. You know, we've Lancaster shows. We've gone to Los Angeles shows. The farthest we've been, I guess, was the OC back in the day. But yeah, the locals, like just San Fernando wise, Bury Them Deep's gotta be the #1 guy. Trimortis.
Oh yeah.
Those whole.
Okay. Yeah, we've actually heard of all the bands that you're talking about. So
You've heard of all of them?
yeah.
Crazy.
What about Dark Mercenary?
Dark Mercenary, yeah.
I actually haven't heard of them.
Gotta say.
So we'll check them out for sure.
Yeah, we got a bunch. We're just like just having a brain fart, as you say.
Yeah. I like
Trying to-
Skeletal, but we've never played with Skeletal. I mean,
Yeah.
We've seen them live
Seen 'em.
before they start getting famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew
Oh,
them
yeah.
too.
Nice.
That's dope. That's one of my buddy's like favorite bands.
yeah, I like,
They're really good.
What would you guys do with Fame and Influence if you had it?
Spread it however you can. You know, I would bring in provide the necessary like hints to like bring yourself there. You know, just keep providing positivity all around.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do anything crazy? Like if you had like a bunch of money or famous, like buy a tiger? I don't know.
Promote psychedelic mushrooms. Yeah, promote psychedelic mushrooms. Yeah.
Start bribing people, you know,
Yeah.
in the capital there.
Yeah.
Get through them.
Oh,
Stuff like that, you know, just to promote mental
Yeah,
health,
mental
you
health,
know, because that's a big thing nowadays. It's just getting more.
for the people.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Oh yeah. So you guys have any advice to new people coming into the scene, new bands?
Always keep practicing.
Don't surprise.
Oh yeah, don't stop practicing. Just listen. If you can, record yourself as a whole and listen to it and see how you sound. Fine tune that before you go out into the world and actually start, promoting. Just be prepared. Always have a plan.
Yeah.
And just, stick to the plan. And you can't fail. But don't stop playing. To keep the music alive.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Your backyard show, don't show up late.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we end the call?
What made you call us? Yeah, put us on the show.
We go through all the bands that we like the most, that we see like video clips for, or if we just happen to stumble across your music. We're actually going to be making a playlist soon of all the bands that we've either talked to or we've just been seeing a lot on Spotify. We don't have one for Apple Music, but we're going to have one for Spotify.
That's sick.
Yeah, we also share flyers on our Instagram every week. So usually, like, if we see a band like Sometimes if I see a band that's on there consecutively, I'll be like, you know what? Okay, let's check these guys out. You know what I mean?
A music video.
Yeah, but we're doing a music video with our friend Alan Falcon, Birdcage Studios. He'll be filming us. We're gonna be releasing a new track. That's gonna be like a new single, and then we're gonna include the music video and do some behind the scenes little clips that we'll be releasing as the time comes. Check out our Instagram. We'll be posting up little story bits where you can see behind the scenes kind of how we create the metal that we love so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Alright,
We'll be
cool.
looking out for it for sure.
Yeah, please. I'll be promoting this interview because it's not that this often that we get hit up out of nowhere.
Alright, well, we're excited to post it.
Hey, it was great talking with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking with us.
Hey, anytime. We gotta do this again next time. Yeah.
Definitely.
Alright, no problem.
All right. We'll catch you guys later.
Alright, have a good one. Bye.
Peace.
Alright, what's up? I'm Josh. I play guitar and I do vocals.
My name's Wyatt. I play guitar, doing backup vocals as well.
My name is Joe. I play the bass.
My name's Jack. I'm the drummer, and that pretty much rounds out our band, Malform, from the San Fernando Valley.
Great talking with you guys.
Yeah, what would you guys consider your genre?
We like to take influences from a lot of different genres within like the aggressive music scenes. A lot of sludge. We have kind of a good sludge inspiration. What else we got? We got like a little bit of grunge in there. What do we have? What else?
Definitely like a punk side to us in there as well. Just
Okay.
just alternative metal too. Like just
Some-
a lot of different stuff thrown into it.
Some hardcore as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
If you could come up with a name to combine all those genres, that's what we would be basically.
Hell yeah. How did the band form?
Started out, we actually all started playing on the same baseball team, so we all found each other that way. I met up with our drummer Jack. This is Wyatt, by the way. I met up with our drummer Jack, and we had some new kid come in, and he was a freshman at the time. That's Josh, our lead vocalist and guitarist. And he just started fucking screaming and shit on the field, and so we said, you know what, man, fuck it, this dude's got to be the lead singer. He has a hell of a fucking energy. So we picked him up, and Jack and Joe, the drummer and the bassist, are brothers, so we already had our bassist. And so we all just got together one day and we wrote we started out as Excursion and we wrote our first song, Torture, together. I think it was on like the first day.
It pretty much just clicked from there.
Okay.
We all played a song together, and we were like, oh, this sounds really good, and we all seem to be on the same page, so let's see what else we can do with this.
That's dope.
Now, I kind of asked, what the hell were you screaming out there on the baseball field? Were you just getting mad like on a play, or screaming?
You know, God knows what. Because I was a really hot-headed player. Either that, or I was just screaming like, how many outs there were, or something like that. But it's probably something. I'll probably a play, definitely.
We're just like singing a
Hell
song
yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah, probably that too.
That's what's up.
So what do you guys write about?
In some of our songs, we do have a political stance in some of it, and we have some messages. A lot of our material comes from within. It comes from past experiences and what we've been through, what we've learned, our pain that we go through. We try to include as much as we can, and we write stuff that stays true to us. We don't try to ever change that. That's something I think that we have a great amount of pride in.
What would you consider your influences? What bands?
So when we first started, we listened to like about, I guess, like 90s, 80s thrash. But as we continued as a band, we started getting some more deeper subgenres. Like one band that's been, I guess, like a staple influence for this project has been Acid Bath. Another
Nice.
one would probably have been a little bit of Typo Negative.
Okay.
Okay, alright.
Throw like some other sludgier stuff like Crowbar in there. We were really into SOD at one point. That had a pretty big influence on our sound. I mean, a lot of like just hardcore bands, like a lot of heavier, like slower stuff that can also go fast at the same time. So that's kind of the music and the bands that kind of fall into that category that can play really good songs slow and songs really good, like play songs really good slow and also really good fast. Like that's kind of where we take our influence from, those kind of bands.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
And then I guess you could say like the vocal styles. I guess Blackened, like it has black metal influences. Because I was listening to that a lot of the time when we were kind of shaping our sound. So I guess you could say there's a little bit of that in there too, like probably like some Dark Throne in there,
Nice, yeah.
some 1349, some shit like that.
Yeah, I love black metal. Do you like symphonic black metal too, or just black metal?
I think some symphonic black metal can be good. I think sometimes it can be a little corny. That's just my personal taste.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some hidden gems within there.
Yeah.
You just gotta know where to look.
Like music standpoint, but I think like when we go on stage and we play, we take a lot of influence from like grunge and like nu metal acts, and how bands in those subgenres kind of have perform on stage and what their energy and attitudes are like. So that's like the other half of our influences as well.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. What are some of your favorite underground bands you guys have played with?
Oh
Man, we got a few.
All right, so I want to give a shout out to Exitosis. They're sick as fuck. They're from Reseda. Corrupt out of the Valley. Who else we got? We got
Altering Line. They're really cool dudes. I don't really know exactly where they're from, but we played with those guys, and they, I wouldn't say not necessarily took us under their wing, but they gave us a lot of really good advice, and they play some killer fucking like new metalcore type music.
All right.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, those are off the top of my head. Those are good ones.
Yeah. And we got I guess we have like some friends who are starting out some bands. We're really excited to be playing with Dead Sense and Mole. They're grindcore. Mole's grindcore from the Valley. They're like up and coming, and then same thing for Dead Sense. They're like a black metal band out here in the Valley, which is really cool to have. And then we just recently became friends with a band called A Belt Above Black out of Los Angeles, and they're on this bill as well. So I guess just the bands we have on the bill for our first show, I guess, are the bands that we're really excited to play and really excited to play with and help grow with one another.
Oh, that's awesome, boy.
That's dope. I love seeing people that are already friends join bands and then like play shows together, and it's just like a whole show full of like your friends basically.
Yeah, it's really cool to see because one of the guys out of Mole, he was one of our friends, me and Wyatt's friends from last year. And he came out to two of our shows, and we got really close to him. He showed up to one of our shows like at a high school. We played at our high school, and he showed up with like Corpse Paint, and he was getting down, and he was cool. He was cool as hell. So yeah, I'm really excited to help him get his first show with his new project. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
So what are you guys' goals for the band, and what would you do if you had fame and influence?
So goals, I would say we strive to be the best that we can be. We want to make and write as much music as we can while staying true to ourselves. Of course, every band out there wants to see themselves succeed. Everyone wants to play on that big stage one day, and it's something that we hope for, But right now it's just grinding, it's getting music out, it's playing shows. It's what we have to do to get to that stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think we just want to see how much we can throw at the project and just see like how much the time and energy we can give to it can allot to. So we just want to see, basically just see how far we can take it. And then if we do get some sort of fame and influence, we definitely still want to stay true to ourselves and, sort of be an example of, I guess I want to say we want to be an example of good people and just like, not letting fame go to our head and still kind of staying grounded for ourselves and just being regular dudes, but with music that allows us to go to new heights than maybe we would if we're just a local band.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything that you guys would do specifically if you had fame or influence? Like anything that you guys wanted to kind of like talk about politically with people that are your fans, or just like anything you would do with a ton of money, stuff like that?
With a ton of money. Ooh, that's.
I think one of our things, we like to help out new and upcoming bands. So bringing under Mole and another band that's coming out with them, Dead Sense. They're two of the people that we're taking under our wing right now, and we're giving them this show because we fucking like their music, man. They have some kick-ass fucking sound. If we were to have money, it's definitely something we want to help and put back into the community, into the scene, and helping other artists really get out and really fucking dig into themselves, to help lift themselves out.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's
maybe
really
start a
people.
label or a production company or something like that.
Yeah, and I think there's this history with us. We all played high school baseball together, and it was a big. Whether we like to acknowledge it or not, it was a big part of our sort of formations as human beings and where we are now. And I think something to give back to sort of like youth sports. I'm just coming up with this right now on the fly, so we haven't even talked about this. But I think maybe giving back to like
sort of like sports organizations as a way to like develop young people into just learning how to be a part of a collective, and just being a part of a collective that also everyone has an individual role to be themselves as a part of that collective. I think sort of finding a way to help fund that in programs, I think could be something good to do with a lot of money.
That's really cool.
Since we're on the note of positive subjects, what we want to do for the community, what celebrity, any celebrity, what celebrity would you want to fight?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a good question for sure.
I feel like I saw you, Wyatt.
That's me.
Yeah.
Would I fight? Dude, I'll take out fucking Danzig.
That's
You know, I fucking love the guy, you know, and he has some dope ass music, but I don't know, there's just something about him, you know.
Is it the
I would
leather
definitely-
pants?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know, what, he's some like 60, 70 now, something like that, so.
Oh, you got him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got him.
get him out of here, get him out of here. Time for some new blood, you know.
What kind of superpowers would you want, and would you become evil if you had them?
Ooh, this is a joke question. What kind of superpowers would you want? Ooh, superpowers. Fuck. Definitely super speed. I think that'd be really fucking dope to be able to run wherever I want and go wherever I want just on the fly. I think that'd be really dope. Would I become evil with it? No, I don't think I'd be evil. Well, it depends on what I do. It depends on my mindset, really. I mean, I'd want to try and do good with it, but if something happens along the way, I can't make any promises.
You just
I
wanna
don't know,
make
man.
sure-
I think telekinesis would be a sick ass superpower to have. You could easily fuck with people with that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think I might be a little little
that power.
telekinesis.
Yeah,
I think it'd be
man.
really very mischievous superpower.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably be evil too if I had telekinesis. I feel like that would be like cheating. That's like one of the most OP superpowers to have, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would like if I had someone who was like deathly terrified of like supernatural beings or whatever, and I knew this, I would definitely fuck with them a lot. I would like move shit around with like my mind, just to fuck with them. Just like we'll just be chilling watching a movie, and then like all of a sudden like a book just starts floating across the screen. I think that should be funny.
Everything's haunted now.
Fuck yeah.
And if you guys could choose your own fate, how would you want to die?
I'd love to die playing music, man. It's been my life, my dream. You know, it's something that I put my whole heart and soul into. You know, if I have to go out, I want to go out doing the thing that I fucking love. And that's playing for people. It's making music. Something to make people feel. That's how I'd love to go out.
That's beautiful.
I'd have to agree with that. I think going out, doing what you love, and going out kind of like on your own terms, I think would be a really good way to die. Therefore, it's not so sudden and like, you know, and I guess it'd be, depending on how you choose, it wouldn't be, you know, too bad. I think if you're fulfilled, you know, you feel like you've done everything, and you've lived, you've just lived, you know, like I think that could be a really good way to go out. So I'd have to agree with Wyatt.
Yeah, I'll join those two. If we all, you know, like, let's say we're getting like nuked or something, we all just hop up on stage with our our instruments and bang out one last song as the airwave comes towards us.
That'd be dope. That'd make a really good music video.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, that's an idea right there.
What are we, Megadeth?
Fuck you.
If you could commit a crime and get away with it, what would it be?
Tax fraud, probably.
I don't know.
Man.
I want to say like a petty crime, but like you could easily get away with a petty crime. I don't know. Maybe
Like it's any crime.
any crime. Okay. If I could get away with any crime, I think I would get away with like robbing a bank. I think robbing a bank, and then using that money for whatever. I think that could be cool. If like, you know, they give me a slap on the wrist, I think that could be great.
What about the rest of you guys?
Definitely robbing a bank for me as well. I think that'd be really cool to rob a bank. All the adrenaline and everything going into it, and then pulling off that crime and getting away with it, that'd be super dope.
Hell
I
yeah.
think like heists are cool.
Yeah, just put together a heist.
It's just the thrill of the hunt, finding the money and everything. I just think that'd be really super fun.
Some Ocean's 11 type shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do any of you guys in the band have a hidden talent?
Trying to think here.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think, cause like if it's a hidden talent, we would know about it, but we think it's normal. So we're trying to really think about this.
I mean, we were like pretty talented baseball players, but that we all kind of knew that. I wouldn't really call that hidden.
Well,
But,
I mean, it's hidden to your new fans that you get.
Oh,
you
oh,
know.
oh.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Like, I guess, I don't know. So like just about our stuff, the hidden stuff. I can dislocate my big toe on command.
Holy shit,
if I
can you
wanted
really?
to. I can, yeah.
That's crazy.
Does it make a sound?
Yeah, I do. I just do it randomly. Like, it's kind of calming sometimes because it's not like a bad dislocation. It's just like it just goes out of place and I just pop it back in. Like I can do it like that. I don't know what happened. Like it just ever since. Like, I think I stubbed my toe really bad one time when I was little. I was able just to do it.
That's cool.
Since we're all baseball players, who's got the meanest bat flip?
I don't know, that's a tough one, man, because I'd say like we were all pretty humble players, so we weren't really like popping bat flips a whole lot. But I honestly think Joe, man. I think Joe could do a fucking sick bat flip, honestly. I can see
Oh
Joe.
yeah, if I really hated the team we're playing, I'd stare them down and chuck the bat towards them and then run the bases.
Hey, playing
Yeah,
baseball with
definitely
class.
Joe.
I love it.
Would any of you guys ever eat a human?
Fuck yeah.
Hey man, look,
Dude, I'm down for that shit.
look. If society,
Sometimes you're hungry, man. You know.
look, if society frowns that much upon it, it must be something to die for, literally. So like,
I feel like some people could taste better than others. You know.
Yeah,
You know, it's
definitely.
just like
Care to
I don't know. I would definitely try it out. You know, don't knock it till you try it.
exactly.
So who would you think tastes better than another?
I would definitely say Joe would taste better than Jack. You know, Joe's got some meat on his body, bro. I'm kind of hungry.
What is your favorite song that you guys have written or performed?
Ooh, okay. So for me, Crutch is definitely my favorite song we've written and performed. I think it's just a really cool jam. It's very high energy, but it has a very kind of like steady feel to it. The way Jack plays his drums to that with the double bass, I think it's sick as fuck. And I think the opening riff is just kind of haunting and chilling. I think it's like a really good like way to start off like a show or like somewhere, put it somewhere in the
Yeah.
set. And I think it could like it really draws people's attention. That's why I really like playing it. And it's just really fun to sing. The lyrics they're my favorite lyrics that we've written, and it's just a very great song that I love to perform all the time.
Nice.
My favorite song to perform probably Datura. The main riff is super driving and really, really hard, and I can feel it in my veins almost. It makes me want to run through a fucking wall. And then the breakdown of that song is really super dope. I think it's probably the hardest one we've ever had, and you can really see the crowd start to go during that. And the lyrics to it match it really, really well. I'd go Datura.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Josh. Crutch is probably my favorite. I mean, he talked about the drums sounding really cool. It's just like fun to play. So like it's just probably out of all of our songs are fun to play, but out of the most, I'd say Crutch. Out of them all, I'd say like Crutch is the most fun to play. So I'm hopping on that as well.
Okay, cool.
I don't mean to be the downer here, but we have a song called The Spirit, and it's an instrumental track. And we all kind of came together at a time, and it was definitely one of our lows. And we came up with this track, and it's definitely, it takes you on a journey, you know, and there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of love in it, there's a lot of spiritual healing that goes into this song. And for me, it's one of my favorites to play because it's, you know, it doesn't get your heart racing. It's, for me, I can feel it, you know, when I'm playing the guitar and I'm with my band, it's when the band feels like one.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool that like heavier bands can have shows where they also play stuff that's a little bit different, a little bit slower, that means like a little bit more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As opposed
Yeah.
to just having a show where you play nothing but like fast, hard songs, you know?
Right. No, that's definitely the direction we went with it, and it's not heavy throughout, you know. I mean, it's heavy in its own respect, but there's a lot more. It's not just like power chords the whole time, you know. There's thrash parts. There's a melody to it, you know, which a lot of our songs, you know, it doesn't have that type of melody to it, but this is the first song that we put a melody into it, and to me, it's something that's really beautiful.
Okay. Yeah,
I want to
definitely.
add on to that. It's a very theatrical piece, I like to think. The reason why I think we decided not to have any lyrics. We had an idea to write lyrics for it, but we just never committed to it because I feel when you're playing it, it is like a journey. You know, we're telling the story, and we're telling the story through the way we play it. You know, it's different every time we play it. It's kind of more of our own spiritual release. You know, all of our pent up emotions, and it's just it's a very releasing song, and I really hope everyone else thinks about it as well, because it's a really fun song to play, and I like the theatrical themes behind it. I think putting on that song with a great performance is great storytelling. I think that's
Yeah, definitely. What was your guys' favorite experience at a show?
my personal favorite experience at a show was our high school invited us to play their music festival, and we said, yeah, you know, it could be fun. So it was fun to play in front of a bunch of friends and family, you know, people who might be a little too anxious to come to like one of our like actual shows.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was really mind blowing to see them actually like really like dig us, you know, like it was really fun to play in front of like 400 people, because there's 400 people there, and it was just a really bone chilling experience. Like I still get goosebumps, and I watch the footage a lot to this day. We sounded really tight that day, and you know, it helped us get our name out there a lot too, especially with people who might not be familiar with like heavier music.
Yeah.
So I think it was I guess it was kind of cool to be kind of like a quote unquote gateway, and you know, be able to like actually talk to these people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was like, oh, I have third period with you. Like, I think that was probably my favorite experience at a show.
That's really cool. It's always really cool to me too whenever you're able to find a setting where people that don't normally listen to that kind of music will still be able to like see your music. You know, like I have a ton of friends and family that wouldn't normally go to one of our shows or wouldn't normally listen to that kind of music, but they'll listen to it at home, you know, or they'll go to like an easier, more family friendly kind of setting, you know. So it's just really cool seeing people that don't normally go to shows like see your show, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool, and we want to do more stuff like that. Like we want to like play shows with like different types of like artists of different genres. Like it'd be cool like to play shows with rappers, or like it'd be cool to play shows with like, you know, like indie bands, or like shoegaze bands, and like just different genre, like hell, even like who knows, an orchestra, who knows, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool to just have like a very diverse lineup of different artists from different genres and put it all into one show, and you know, introduce people to different things whether they know about it or not, you know. I think it'd be really cool to be that one like band like that seems out of place on a show, but everyone is cool with it because they fuck with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've noticed people are a lot more accepting of music than a lot of people want to give them credit for. You know what I mean? We've thrown some shows in Bakersfield. Like we threw a show in Bakersfield that started punk, and then we had like some like Latin rock, ska kind of mix right in the middle, and then ended with a thrash band. And every band was receptive really well. You know what I mean? There's stuff people would never imagine themselves going to go see. You know, but when it's all there in one package, I think people kind of experience new things that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Definitely. I love shows like that. Like one show we went to, we took a trip to go see Gate Creeper, 200 Stab Wounds, Narrowhead, and Fearing.
Oh, I wanted to go to that show so
At the
bad.
Yeah, we know what show you're talking about.
Yeah, 1720. So
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That was the best show I ever went to, just because of how diverse the lineup was.
Like intergenre. It was pretty diverse, like intergenre, and then there was like Narrowhead, like completely was like, what are they doing here? But it was like really cool because they may have sounded different from like a lot of the other bands are a little bit more similar to each other, but they just sounded like really cool. So it was good to have a different group to I guess say like a diverse selection of bands to listen to in one space.
Yeah, definitely. Do you guys have any advice to new artists?
I'd say stay true to yourself, you know, and I hate to fucking keep bringing it up, but stay true to yourself, you know. You're never going to be the next fucking Metallica, you know. Metallica already fucking did it. You're not going to be Slayer, you know. Everyone has something unique inside of them. Bring that out. Be you. And stop giving a fuck about what other people think, you know.
Definitely.
If you're you and you do it fucking right, it's going to shine through and you're going to fucking make it.
And don't be afraid to ask. Like, just ask promoters, like, yo, you guys got a show? Or like, yo, do you guys want to play a show with us? Or like, just like, you know, just submitting your music to like like labels and stuff, whether they see it or not. It gives you a better chance rather than not doing it at all. So like just asking, you know, just like getting your name out there is what's really important. Just asking, staying true to yourself, and just asking for opportunities. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking to be put on a show.
Yeah, you guys are probably the first band to give that answer. I think that's a really good answer.
Very important. I mean, even when learning stuff about how to operate within the scene, you know what I mean? There are times like most of our stuff's out of town, so I'll ask other guys in other bands like, hey, how do people react to this and that? And they're more than happy to tell us, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
or we'll meet bands that want to introduce us to promoters and stuff that we don't know already.
Like doing that is networking. Networking is one of the most important things you can do. But like, I know networking kind of has like, you know, like a business kind of context to it. But like, that's like what you really need to do. You just need to build connections with other people, and that's how you kind of like can grow within the scene really quickly. Like you know, I'm seeing a lot of bands like just grow really fast because you know who they know, and it's really cool because then like you just get noticed by bigger and bigger promoters.
Yeah.
It's dope. And you get put on shows with bigger and bigger bands. So I think it's like making connections and networking is one of the most important things you can really do.
Definitely, yeah. Was there anything you want people to know before we end our call?
Malform worldwide. Thank you.